Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. It is Monday though, so at least I'm back on track on that. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. Um, yeah, it was good. Atlanta United finally won in an away game. Georgia Tech baseball team swept Wake Forest, and my wife and brother, they were selling up in the north side of Atlanta, uh, got first in the regatta. So all around for the sporting events for everybody, it was good. So uh, I just want to start off to, I guess, a shout out to Cody and Eric. 1490 Doom did an interview with them and Carnivore, but we mostly talked about 1490. Uh, did an interview and enjoyed it. Enjoyed talking to them. Uh, you can tell they're passionate about their game. Uh, End up over the weekend. See, I actually played in two games. Then taught some people on, was it Friday night? Saturday night. Well, it was Saturday. Played two games yesterday. And the Saturday night, Jay brought some people in and ran them. It was actually family and ran them through the game, and it was a blast actually. Just watching, they had a fun. The mom won the first game. Of course, there got to be some trash talk in the second game between the son and her husband and her, and it was just fun to watch. It really was. Once again, uh, after the interview, playing, watching, teaching games this weekend, definitely continue to be impressed with 1490. Very simple. Uh, People that don't play miniature games as I know it, uh, it's not intimidating. Once again, I think if you play games at all, you're going to like 1490. It definitely low threat, um, pretty basic mechanics, but very solid mechanics, and yeah, it's all good. So if you hadn't watched my interview, check out the YouTube or Facebook. It's was done Friday. Was it Friday? I can't, all the days run together. Um, so yeah, I'm actually going to be running demos of it at Richmond Open this coming weekend. So it'll be kind of the game I'm highlighting. Um, already ordered more product. Need to order some more. I think it's going to be um, a good game to push at conventions. Once again, simple, looks good. Like the theme, just everything about it is good stuff. So check it out. Um, what else happened this weekend? Magic continues the latest set, Strixhaven, to this sell flying off the shelves. Got very little product, so everybody's liking it. Gonna have to order. See, there's more out there. I think I'll probably talk to my rep after this. Got the Monument Paint coming. Just got email before I started this that it is out for delivery. So restock a Monument on that painting. I got the AK paint markers. Only nothing but good stuff about them. Um, Everybody once again have has enjoyed using them for whatever. I think a lot of people are using them for detail work, like edge lining, highlighting, stuff like that. So once again, as much just another tool in the toolbox, but yeah, everybody I talked to has really enjoyed using them, and people coming back to buy more. Had to order some more of some of the basic colors, what black, white, brass, gold, and gunmetal. Seems like people are using the really like the metallics and using them for that purpose. But once again, I think all around solid line. So we'll definitely continue that and try to keep them in stock. See what else? We got a bunch of stuff in on Friday. More BattleTech stuff, bunch of board games, more Kings of War stuff. Had some Kings of War going on over the weekend. Um, so yeah, we'll continue push Kings of War. Um, I just realized one more printers didn't start. I'll check it later. Printing Castle. I'm basically doubling the size of my 1490 Doom board. Um, After playing and like I said, teaching some folks, I definitely want to get a big, probably pushing 3x3 or bigger. Game is definitely designed for two people at its core. Has a three-player version, but I'm wanting to go take it probably convention size. Yeah, it's going to take longer to play, but convention I don't have a big block of time, so I'm looking at running possibly as many as 6 people. So oh, okay, I'm back. Had a customer come in by my last Pokemon cards. Yeah, try to get some more, but man, this sugar is I mentioned before. It's tough to get, but yeah, big table for 1490 Doom. Also want to make. Oh man, I have time tomorrow. I want to get a Lazy Susan and for my 2 foot round table. Going spin it around, be cool. But enough about that. What else were we going to talk about? New stuff. Um, Sorry, I had my train of thought, as always, is lacking. Um, got a bunch of well, not a bunch. Got several new board games in, some restock. Uh, like I said, got a big. What we get 5 or 6 boxes of stuff from ACD on Friday. So be looking at that. Corey, we got Corey's not magical athletes. Oh, what's the other one? I can't even think of the name. But really, they get down to it. They're actually kids games, but they're really fun. No brain display. I'll probably hopefully talk about that. What's up, bro? Okay, I'm back for the third time. Yeah, it was Ralph. Picking up some stuff. He's headed back to Florida on Wednesday. So, yeah, I took a second. Start some prints too. Threw that in there. Check my emails. Got some Riftbound coming. So that should be here by sorry, Friday. So yeah, more new stuff. Um, got a few guys playing Riftbound. Interested to come out. Looks like I'm gonna have plenty of cards. So finally getting that up and running. So now we have Riftbound, Magic, of course, Star Wars Unlimited, and Flesh and Blood going. So yeah, all good. Going through the cards right now. Cards are big, 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 big. I mentioned can't get Pokemon cards, so yeah. But what else? Once again, um, I just went totally blank. Once again, I'm thinking about the prints I got going. A couple of them I'm pushing the edge of my printers, so it looks like they're hanging in there. Problem is when you get up right up to the edge, it's I think it's a heat ish. It doesn't heat the edges real well, so a lot of times they if you get really close, they tend to pill up a little bit. But so far, doing okay. Get the resin printers going. Um, Trying to get stuff printed for Richmond Open for this weekend. So I've got probably about 3 runs on the resin printers the next day and a half or so. So busy time. Uh, about an hour till UPS, checking all the monument paints. So once again, a busy time. It's all good though. I enjoy it. I got to finish. I got Wars of Oz stuff in, taking that to Richmond Open too. Got a little bit of that left to get checked in and organized. So yeah, busy day. I was going to talk about there was games I was going to talk about. Um, Had a couple interesting discussions about games, and honestly, it was kind of there are so many games out there now that, um, and this was customers saying um, that really you can kind of pick your poison. Do you want skirmish games? Do you want um, unit size games? Do you want mass army games? Uh, Skirmish, not skirmish, historical, fantasy. It's out there. So kind of crazy. And then, that's just winter dreams. Board games, I quit honestly trying to keep up with it. I used to check Board Game Geek all the time. But, and I know I mentioned that before too. They're top 20, but a lot of those are games that aren't even released or I can't get because they were a Kickstarter, not to retail yet. So I continue to ask customers, hey, what games do you play? So, and I said I did get a bunch the last Osmodee round and ACD round of board games in. So, but yeah, we were talking about that between um, all the new miniature games, not even the new miniature games. If you go back the last, say, 2 years, look at the number of miniature games that are out there and that are solid quality games. We were talking about once again the Manic range, their Kings of War, their epic stuff, um, Halo. Excuse me. Uh, Once again, I have nothing against those games. It's just once again, you know, uh, where do you fit them in? And it's for me, the shop where I put up shelf space. Um, do we take the time to push those games? Um, Once again, shout out to Joel for coming in and pushing a bunch of the Manic stuff. Um, I know I've talked about I wanting to get some War Master myself, some War Master games in, but where do I fit that in? I've got to paint some stuff. Um, I've got basically myself 4 paint projects going on. Sabrina's painting some stuff for me. Bob is painting some stuff for me. So it's just it does become a time management issue, and I would say that's for most of the customer shares because I'd say very few of them display one game. Talking to some of the Shatterpoint guys that a couple of them has taken a break and we're playing board games and stuff. This just because they've been playing nothing but Shatterpoints had been to some tournaments and wanted to take a break and play board games. I will say once again the good thing about a board game Normally, you can throw it on the table and play within minutes, and you don't have that setup and breakdown time. And usually, most board games you're looking at, you know, hour, maybe 2 hours. So compared to a lot of miniature games, a lot less time commitment. So, uh, once again, board games aren't bad. And then once again, we're kind of talking about that. So many games anymore, push. Is it a board game? Is it a miniature game? What do you consider the difference? We're talking about 1490 Doom. Someone said, well, that's just a glorified board game, and they're not necessarily wrong about that. Um, my personal is, if you're having to use somehow measuring stuff and don't have a grid or a set board where you move to certain spaces, I personally call it a miniature game. Um, you know, board games where you have set spaces you move to. Board game, of course, you got so many in between. We played Silent Death last week. I don't know if I talked about that, but that's it's a miniature game, but your mat is grids, so you don't use a measuring tool. You just count your hexes. So that definitely blurs the edges between miniature game and board game. I think most of the time it does speed stuff up when you're moving. Um, I know Mike is a big Dust fan. They play on the grids, so definitely. Once again, it's a miniature game, but it definitely pushes that borderline of a board game when you have a set grid. It makes defining your terrain, your movement, the distance you shoot. It makes it very simple and straightforward in most cases. So there is that. Um, so yeah, some good discussion this weekend on games in general, board games versus miniature games, um, and it's still the number of Kickstarters out there. Um, it's crazy. Reason I mentioned that, I just once again saw I got my notification from Jolly Lark. Did their hills, his train set. I'm gonna print out a bunch of hills for the store. Um, gonna use gray, green, and brown, and print them in color, and probably won't maybe do a little dry brush on them. That be done with them, and be able to get some stuff, more nice stuff for the tables for the guys. Um, so that'd be good. Of course, I'm printing stuff for Ralph too. Uh, the good thing, my printers never get bored. So um, I got a. Oh, actually, I got another project for a guy to print. So I've got 3 projects to go on printers. I think I can get those done before I leave on Thursday. Get Ralph's stuff. At least 2 of the 3 I'll get done. So actually, I'm waiting for green filament. They sent me. I need to apply. I got an email. I'd sent Elegoo. They sent the wrong filament, so I need to reply back that they sent a black instead of a green, and I guess order a green because I am out. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of green. I might get a bamboo. Bamboo's got a nice green instead. Yeah, looking at that. Yeah. Anyway, talking about, and that was one thing we are talking about with all the games and board games and miniature games is focusing, and you throw in 3D printing and everything else. A lot of the guys, regular customers, they play games here and go home and play computer games. So yeah, trying to stay focused. Whew. Um, I was talking today with somebody. I need to clean my desk. It's stacked up on both sides. You can't see it, um, but I definitely need to clean my desk and work on some of my paint projects. Printer's doing much better. Will be painting like this, but this guy, he's coming along. Got a little numb spot on the end, but we'll get there. So I think there definitely something else I was going to talk about. And third time of sitting here going, there's something I'm going to talk about. Um, I do want to go back to check out my little interview with cool. Can't talk. Cody and Eric on Doom. Once again, that was fun. I think I've done a bunch of reels with it. They're getting astronomical views. Probably some of my highest viewed stuff I've done yet to date. Still working on trying to get a interview with Dale and Byron with Oasis. That may have to wait till after I get back from Richmond. I'll be talking to Byron there anyway, but definitely want to get them interview because their Game Found is in June. That's right around the corner. April, May, June. Yeah. So got Cape Taylor some miniatures. He fell in love with them. The Oasis miniatures to paint. So I'll probably be giving him some more. And that's definitely on the near horizon. And yeah, so off to getting stuff checked in before 3. Get the printers, double check the printers. So yeah, got a lot of stuff to do. We'll start packing probably tomorrow for Richmond. So fun stuff, good times, and you guys have a great week.